Hello, dear job seekers. Welcome to this special webinar on how to build your resume so that you stand out as a teacher in the year 2025 and further too. Hi, I'm Dr. Padmavati Tungaturthy from Teachconnect. I am so excited to guide you through this special webinar today hosted by Teachconnect. The website is www.teachconnect.in. Our topic today is how to stand out as a teacher in the year 2025 and further upon. And for this, you need to build a strong resume. You can definitely post your resumes on www.teachconnect.in, wherein this website helps job seekers to register, upskill themselves, read blogs, and be an NEP prepared teacher. Thank you so much for joining us because the time you are spending here will surely be a very valuable one. Everyone is busy, and so are you. You are the people who are having great intentions of moving from a platform onto a next level. You want to do something better for yourself. The growth mindset in you is much, much appreciated. I applaud your intention of being there. Thanks for being along with me and allowing me to share my knowledge with you all. Building a resume is not enough. Building a strong resume to get that interview call is very important for us. And for that, we have to achieve a lot and try to understand what is good for us and what is the right direction for us. We're going to explore what truly makes a teacher stand out in the current hiring landscape. For another 45 minutes or say 40 minutes, be with me, make notes, and try to understand point to point. Implement these changes in your profile, and you will be there. You are almost there, and you're going to be there from now on. Be with me for knowledge implementation and also for your professional development. And what we can do, then this resume building up can be of five parts. The first part is you will try to understand what's the teaching landscape which is there, what are the hiring people, that is the school recruiters looking for in the teachers, and how is that the school recruiters are aligning their vision and culture with the resumes. They have a definite vision and mission. The job seekers have to align with the culture of the school. For this, national education policy is the big framework which they have, the biggest of the biggest framework wherein the teachers must align. And specifically to mention why these hiring trends are changing. Now you must have read in the news that CBSE is conducting two final examinations for CBSE grade 10. The first one in the month of February and the second one in the month of May. Now you will know that this is the competency based alignment of examination and assessment, what we call. We do not call examination anymore because we are analyzing, assessing, and grading the competencies of the students which are skills. That's how the first part consists of what's going to happen in the teaching landscape and what are the changes there. And the second one should be a building a resume in order to match with the teaching trends of this educational landscape. And the third one is to see that we have a social media presence and the portfolio presence and also the LinkedIn power. And the fourth one should be the action plan for you to take it up. You need to take action. Without taking action, any number of webinars or any amount of knowledge will not be enough. And you need not be working on the knowledge further if you do not implement the content. Implementation of content is the crown of knowledge. If you implement for 20%, then you must have read for about 30% of the time. That's how you need to have the content in your hand and implement it for 20%. Even if you implement it, that should be more than enough. And the fifth part is the soft skills part. The soft skills part is what you present, what you communicate, what you are understanding, how you are going through with your resume. Let me brighten myself. Okay, this is now. Therefore, the first part consists of type out yes if you like what I'm saying. And any questions also, please do uh, type in the chat box. And then at the end of the session, I will definitely see that I answer all your queries. Therefore, in 2025, schools are no longer hiring based on degrees. You might be having many qualifications. You might be having many licenses, that is diplomas. But now, any teacher who is aligned with National Education Policy 2020 only has a chance of recruitment. That is, the global practices need to be integrated into the resume. Otherwise, how does the recruiter know what you are good at? Therefore, try and incorporate these global practices or the important terminology what you are already aware of. That's needed. Therefore, for this, the first point is how to integrate technology into the classroom. Does the teacher know how to integrate the technology into the classroom? How does the teacher represent this? Therefore, resume is the only tool of connectivity between you and your interviewer. The three major areas where we can integrate technology is the first thing is teaching learning system. Does the teacher know how to incorporate teaching learning system, use the smart board? If she doesn't know, she has to learn. The teacher has, he or she has to learn. The teaching learning systems are very important. The assessment can be created with the help of these tools. If the teacher is not able to build up competency based assessment integrating technologies, then the students will lose out on the highest graduation, that is in the school if it is grade 12 or in the class 10. The competency based assessments are being integrated into their question papers, and more than 50% of the questions are bound to appear. Then, how is the data being analyzed if the student scores certain marks? Does the teacher know how to analyze this data? And can she maintain an Excel sheet and try and figure out what is the understanding of the student regarding the answer script? Did the child know how to answer it? Did the child comprehend the question? From the data, the teacher can easily understand what is the knowledge level of the student. How is it that the student has stopped in the lower order thinking skills? Is the child aware of higher order thinking skills? Is the teacher first aware of the Bloom's taxonomy? That is, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create levels of it. Is the teacher able to incorporate these into the lesson plan every day, the session plan, what she is doing? Every day is the teacher able to figure out on what is happening? Therefore, is she growing the lesson? How does the interviewer know whether you are growing the lesson or not? That's how you need to integrate and use technology. And after this, the second point coming up is both online and offline teaching methods is the teacher able to handle, and is the experiential learning model in place in the lesson plan. Therefore, you might not be able to write a lesson plan uh, in the resume, but in the digital portfolio, which I am going to talk to you later, you are needed to see that you implement it. Digital portfolio is a must, because otherwise the resume becomes an album. Without a digital portfolio, you cannot incorporate everything here on the resume. Digital portfolio is a must. Then how is the teacher going to handle this experiential learning method? Is the teacher aware of toy-based pedagogy, story-based pedagogy, and sports integration pedagogy, art integration? If we are talking about the integration over here. And then is the child able to understand what's the connectivity level of the teacher with the student? And is she able to handle the social, emotional, diverse needs of the student? Is she able to give the peer-peer learning and collaborative learning? What are the projects she has given so that she can collaborate with the student? And is she able to collaborate across the department, because she has to talk to the team teachers? Like if the same lesson is being repeated English, maths, and science, social studies say? Is the teacher able to pick up examples from all these things, and is she going to conduct one particular project work on this? What is her understanding or his understanding about the team teaching? The teacher must try to figure out what is the easiest and convenient way for the student to deliver the content without any repetition, because there is lot which can be integrated through this five senses. There should be five senses usage, like is the child able to observe, is the child able to hear, or is the child able to create a scenario, visualize in front of him or her. See, these are all many different aspects. For that, how is the teacher who is an interviewee going to make believe it to the interviewer? The school recruiter will be looking for these kind of components in the resume. Then, is the teacher able to model empathy, and is the teacher self-aware? Does she know when does she get angry? When is she feeling disturbed? When is she curbing her emotions? How is she able to realize her own emotions so that she can understand the emotions of the student? This, all these kind of shifts, what I am talking about, integration of technology, the diverse needs of the students, writing a different resume, hybrid technology integration, this is all what the terminology which the teacher is expected to know in order to place herself or himself or themselves on top. This is how the hiring trends are changing. When the hiring trends are changing, definitely the resume has to reflect these hiring trends. Now type out here in the chat box what three hiring trends you are aware of. What is that hiring trends which you want to take away until now? Are you wanting to learn from these hiring trends? What are the three things which you want to learn? Just do it. Just understand. Therefore, this, if you are writing down three different traits which you want to take away, I'll give you a little time for you to type out in the chat box. Yes, I see answers coming up. Yes, it is not just building a resume. It is the connect which you are going to give to the culture of the school. Where there is a culture in the school, you are going to implement it and you are going to align yourself with the culture. That's how it should be. And the next part is building a job winning resume and a profile. Let us be practical. We have understood so much of it, but we can't do everything at a time. This is how you got to have a billboard and you got to pin up all the skills very decoratively so that the resume looks very clean and modern. We are in the zamana of AI, then how are we going to build it up further? How is that we are having an applicant tracking system resume with us? We have it in our hand. That resume shouldn't be generated just for the sake of generating it. It has to be an ATS friendly resume, because there are thousands of resumes which the recruiter will get, and yours is one. Therefore, if it is AI compliant, then your resume will be picked up very easily. AI is nothing but having a structure for your resume. You are filled with so many achievements, but write down these achievements in the profile rather than writing down in the resume. The resume must be showing skills as it is, what are the skills you have and what are the duties you are going to do in the school, which you have already done are much more believed than what you are dreaming to do. Therefore, your duties, if you can practice as skills, that's nothing like it. You will have a wonderful place in the school, HR department, vision, you are there in the focus. Therefore, all the skills must be measurable. That is, what is that improvement in the percentage of pass of students? Or what is that improvement you have given with the help of the continuous professional development? What's the summary? What's the experience? What's the certification? And what's the skill? Four important points are must be measured there: summary, experience, certification, and skill. Instead of simply writing, I taught science to grade 8, You can better write it as, I have designed and implemented a flipped classroom model for grade 8 science, increasing the student participation by 35%. Earlier, there were less number of children. One third of the students have participated. Earlier, two or three students here and there participated. With the help of flipped classroom kind of measurement of learning, children have participated more. That's an achievement for you. How, what, where, when, why, who, how have been measured here. What, where, when, why, who, and how. You have done flipped classroom. You have started discussing with the children for the grade 8. What's the lesson you have asked them to do? And your outcome will be wonderful. Now that's how NEP implementation. What is that you're supposed to do now is you have to pick up an NEP 2020 booklet from Google and go through all the word jargon over there and try and understand 2 words per day. The 2 words per day will help you a lot in maintaining your profession further on also, because there is a lot of time and there is nothing like ending your career in the near future. So please go through all the words, all the jargons which are there, and those words, please decode them. Do not leave them as those words where you don't understand something. You got to understand every word. And do not underestimate the importance of the summary what you write. The summary should have 3 important things in that. It should carry an excitement. It should carry what is that skill you have done. It should show your emotion. It should show your passion. It should, therefore, why not write a summary like this? Dedicated primary school educator with 8+ years of experience in science in CBSE school. Or if you want an IB, maybe write IB school also. The skilled teacher in integrating the play-based learning for primary students, early literacy strategies, and inclusive education. 3 strategies I mentioned here. I'm passionate about nurturing confident and curious learners through child-centric learning. Look all the words how you have placed here. You're a primary school educator, your experience is there, you are integrating 3 strategies, and you are continuous learner through child-centric learning. So for what is it? There are 4 questions which you're supposed to answer. There's a video on this also which I have made earlier on YouTube. You must start with your designation. Which board have you taught? What are your strengths there? And what is the teaching philosophy you observe? You're integrating early literacy strategies, you're integrating inclusivity. These are all wonderful strategies which you can include. Therefore, if you feel that you need any sort of external help, please do approach us with direct message through chat box, or you can always contact, and the number after this I'll post it on the YouTube description. There you can find out this video, and along with this you will find in the description all the kind of details which you want, and we will definitely help you. And the third part is digital portfolio and the LinkedIn power. Sometimes it's often misunderstood that digital portfolio is something is not for you all, it is only for the celebrities who run on the Cannes festival or something like that. Now, the digital portfolio is even for the teachers these days. You are also a celebrity. Teachers are celebrities. Your digital presence is important. A short video need to be placed. For example, I like to give you a Google Sites for this digital portfolio. You can also maintain on Canva, but I like Google Sites. Therefore, it's a short video introduction also you can place in that. Then after that, a sample lesson plan or project you have led. What is that you have undergone? The sample lesson plan, that also you need to check. Then the sample lesson plans also go into the portfolio. Then a photos of your classroom. Now what if you do if you are a fresher? If you do not have any photographs, you put up photographs of your presence as a fresher in the classroom. These photographs are to let you know how is your emotional balance in the classroom and what is your socio-emotional relationship. This is why we need, how are you going to work with the diverse learners. That is what we want. And apart from this, if you have testimonials, there is nothing like it. The testimonials are the best friends of a job seeker. If a principal is giving a testimonial, or if your friends are giving testimonial, wherein it is incorporated in a very systematic manner, so that the testimonial shows that it is in sync with whatever skills you are able to mention in the resume. For all this, we are there for your help. Your certifications are always there, your certifications and professional development achievements. At the end of this webinar, if you direct messages, we'll try to give you the certificate for you, so that you have understood the recent hiring technicalities, the NEP implementation, a proper structure of writing a resume. This is how you are worth a professional development 1 hour online webinar also. Therefore, if you are working on LinkedIn, what is your professional background on LinkedIn? What is a summary that speaks from the heart, and how are you going to show your journey? Is there a journey for you? How did you reach here? What are the different milestones which you have reached? Every journey has an achievement. If the journey doesn't have an achievement, then you won't go to the next level. Mention all those journeys, giving enough frequency, maybe 20 days, 25 days, or 1 month once at least. Mention your journey. Post your connecting photographs with students, or if at all you're connecting with others, behind the scenes, how much work are you doing? Let the LinkedIn be your album for someone else to focus upon. That's how you will try to build up that connectivity with the interviewer. Then if you are working on LinkedIn profiles, tag schools, so that the school principals, with their permission, write a mail to them that they're going to tag them. Everybody would accept, every school would accept, because they want a pool of teachers who are talking about them. Request them that you would tag them earlier. Now then, if at all you want to work on the action plan, stand out, start today. Build up your resume, build up your physical strength. Building up physical strength doesn't happen overnight. Building up physical strength happens, maybe it takes about years to be physically fit. Therefore, if your summary has power, summary has vocabulary like innovative, inclusive, agile, collaborative, then each word needs to be practiced slowly, one after the other. What is the recent training which you have undergone? Haven't undergone any training? Nothing to worry. What's the recent book which you have read? You must read book every day. Any self-help book, any book which helps to improve your profession, you need to read. You must build up a portfolio. Maybe a photo of how to be a creative bulletin. If you have made your billboard at school, a photo of creative bulletin board, or any student reflection if you have. The portfolio and the LinkedIn should basically speak about your big picture. This is how I am. This is my internal personality. If you hire me, I am going to do these things at your school. This is what we can call about. That's why we are working on our LinkedIn. Clean up your pictures for Instagram as well as on Facebook, social media. Put those pictures, will help you look decent to be a teacher hereafter. For schools are actively looking for such kind of teachers who can do their profession perfectly. And would you like to say something? Type out in the chat box. I'll answer your questions at the end. Now, the last part of it is soft skills, your presentation, your activities, your skills, your internal skills, your behavior with the teachers, your behavior you're able to build with the students. You're showing empathy with students in tough situations. Your reels, your parents' automatic messages to you, the parents' videos, requests for them. They would definitely give this. What's a resilient point you have? What was the point where you felt a little low and again you have picked up? How have you helped a student who was not able to cope up in his studies? If you are a fresh teacher, then how are you coping up with somebody? How did you help your peer to pick up? That's a collaboration activity. It's very important. These are all the bonus qualities which are essential. If you want me to answer your personal question, if you want me to answer and help you regarding your resume enhancement, please visit our website www.teachconnect.in, and I'll type out my staff's phone number, my operations executive phone number, and customer service phone number in the chat box, in the description box later on, after once I complete this webinar, and hope you all have got value from this. Please look for help. Do not think that you can do everything on your own. You have to look for help. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Dr. Padmavati Tungaturti from Teachconnect. Namaste. Be in touch with us. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.